Well, as always, better a little late
Can
than never.
almost hear you. I can almost hear you. That music.
Yeah? Are you there?
Sounds like we have a sound loop today.
Is it echoing?
No, it's delayed by about 10 seconds or 15.
Ah, from when I speak until you hear me right there through your little ears. Well, welcome to the Aging Better Network, and it is April. This is the first show of April.
I think we're going to have to start over again because I'm hearing you talking from about 10 or 20 seconds ago. Can we go out and try one more time?
Wow, because I'm hearing you real time in this. So why don't you leave
Yeah,
and come back in? Why don't you leave and
I will do that.
leave the studio and come back in? All right. So with that, I'm just going to put this image up because we are live at the Aging Better Network, agingbetternetwork.com, every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, where Christine Smith talks about different aspects of aging. And you can always find more at agingbetternetwork.com. There is a ton of information there. So you can learn about what's going on, and there's videos, there's podcasts, there's information, there's events, there's a link to links. So you can go and get all kinds of resources. And then there is plenty of information about what is going on in the world of aging. And so with that, let's bring Christine back in. There you are. Now you're real time.
I know what happened.
Ah.
We were having a little too much fun beforehand, and it began playing. So even though I jumped in the right spot, my other one was playing. So now I know what's going on. You know what? Somehow this is going to braid in, like over, grab the third one over. It's going to braid in to our live stream talk today.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well,
talk about intentionality. That's kind of a premise that you handed to me. That you said what you're talking about is being intentional about aging. And you said that to me, I don't know, a year or two ago. And so, and I've thought that's kind of the way that I've been. People have commented about, I've never seen someone be so intentional about the way that they approach something. You know, I have to remind myself to be more spontaneous. So if I just looked up and seen what was highlighted, I would have gone, yep, it never happened. But instead, I'm just talking to you and going, why am I hearing you delayed?
So you had it playing on LinkedIn or YouTube, and it was, and so you were hearing that as opposed to, here we are on StreamYard, and you can see in the upper right.
I was thinking I was going to read your lips. Oh my goodness. That reminds me last night, our son was saying, I know we have the DVD of the movie that we all went to watch because our daughter is here in town for a couple of reasons, and so staying at our house. And we all three of the four of us decided that we were going to oh, hi, Charla. Oh boy, did you see how this started? We all decided that since we were three of the four of us wanted to play Life, one of the four of us wanted to play Uno. So of course we played Life, the game of life. So perfect. And of course, at the end of the game of life is the retirement. Are you going to go to this retirement place? Are you going to go to that retirement place? And, all your money, you get to count up, and whoever is the richest at the end with all their diversified funding and everything is supposedly the winner of the game of life. So anyway, we started quoting while we were playing this game. We started quoting a movie that came out a couple decades ago. I'm not sure. I think at least 15 years ago. And it's My Big Fat Greek Wedding. And one of the first words that are spoken was from Gus, the father of the main character, who looks at his 30-year-old daughter, who is up early in the morning and yawning to work at the restaurant that she's worked at since she graduated from high school. And he says something like, "You need to get married. You look so old." And immediately I'm thinking about where I'm coming from. It's like, how often do you come up to a person and say, "What have you been doing? You look so old today." How did you manage this? Where did, what have you been doing that I want to do? It's usually the opposite. And that has been noticed by a lot of people in the aging industry, that old means bad, means something to be avoided, something that you don't want showing, whether it's your sofa or yourself. Oh my goodness. So I'm wondering, were there any other quotes that pop into your mind from My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Well, having our daughter just getting married last September, there's the quote that I love is when Gus is giving the toast at the wedding, and he talks about the meanings of the names of the two families, and he says this one means apples and this one means oranges. He says, and so you have apples and oranges, and so there you are. He goes, but in the end, we're all fruit.
That's
So he says, yes.
right.
So we're different, but really, when you get down to the essence, we're the same. And so whether you're young or whether you're old, whether you feel young